The most helpful book ever published will teach everyone how nature creates people's personalities, including the best conditions associated with personality in the business environment. What is the meaning of best conditions? Well, simply put, this is nature's setup of the best climate conditions for us. These are the natural occurring ideal conditions, which repeat and are profoundly noticed in people's personality. You see, just as different plants need certain soil and climate conditions to function best, people's personalities are no exception. These best conditions are permanent, natural occurring, desires which show up and are most preferred by the different personalities. While you can only observe them, they never vanish. You see, nature is known to be associated with best conditions in many walks of life, and not only in personality but in other areas of life. For example, to name some, such as in weather like rainbows or lightning, or any natural occurrence that needs certain best conditions to exist by nature. Yes, even in personalities, providing businesses with an opportunity to boost success. These observed best conditions, which anyone can observe for himself or herself, occur most often enough to consider them reliable trends. The most helpful book ever published will identify them for you, and these best conditions preferred by the different personalities you will read about will give you the advantage of understanding the best condition patterns of people. When you learn about the best conditions of people's personalities, you will be able to predict how a person is most likely to function in their life. To know what they desire the most in life. So what are these best conditions? How can businesses apply them? You will realize that people tend to have different best conditions needed in their life. Not because they mean to, but because they appear to have a natural tendency for best conditions. This is a result of Mother Nature's limits in different personalities. You will begin to recognize the different best conditions patterns which linger among people's personalities. This will result in a better understanding of why some people tend to have different preferences among others. Once you are aware of the best conditions patterns, you can perfect your life, which businesses can apply as well. For example, in one group of people's personalities requiring best conditions in environments of nature or anything living or to be around life, business interior decorating and decorating service industries could better serve their customers by enhancing people's best conditions with decorating themes resembling nature, like wallpapers or decorations showing trees, flowers, birds, and anything in nature with natural scenery. This would make the living environment more customized and enhanced for the best conditions needed among certain people's personalities desiring life. In another group of people's personalities requiring best conditions of high activity, business product industries could better serve their customers by offering high-activity products, or anything in a product higher in activity in nature, such as ski boots or skates or baseball bats, even involving fun action. Products for high levels of activity among people's personalities. A careful examination of products matched to the different best conditions people's personalities would most likely increase business success with more sales. By sorting more products which appeal to the different best conditions of people's personalities, sales are more likely to increase. You see, once you are aware of your best conditions, especially about the best conditions you have yourself, you can embrace it, and help others to discover it as well, giving you the advantage of perfecting your life, especially in the business world. To really discover what makes a person's best conditions different. Remember this. There is one observation that was found for sure: no matter whom you are, everyone has a best conditions tendency. This is a reality in life that nobody can escape. The most helpful book ever published will help everyone, and especially businesses, to recognize the different best conditions patterns which linger among people's personalities. This will result in a better understanding of what makes people's best conditions preference different at pursuing their goals in life, especially yourself. So why does everybody have these best conditions patterns? If you observe everyone more closely, even through the generations, you will notice these best conditions patterns among the different groups of people's personalities never going away. The best conditions patterns found among the different personalities are very special to bring us a better understanding of each other. So how can this great work of literature help everyone to learn more about people's personalities? The core or body of this exciting material contains 8 chapters which describe and uncover the unique ways of how nature shapes us in a special way that improves your comprehension of understanding personalities to the point that you really can read people like a book, and in a way like never before. This means you will understand why people act and behave the way they do with their unique habits all shaped by nature. You will learn about nature's personality factory that creates personality similar to how an auto factory creates cars. 10 years went into writing this informative material. The official copyright was established and recorded in the United States in the year 2022. This is a very rare original work that can't be found anywhere else. The most helpful book ever published sets an example with the goal and desire to present a great work of quality material in a newly discovered science from the publishing industry to help others gain better health, wealth, and knowledge for a terrific future. This is a rare work that can't be found anywhere else. If you have a hobby or are a professional book collector or are thinking about starting a book collection, you can add value to your collection by collecting this first signature edition offered here. You don't have to read the whole book ever because you will only be reading the sections which pertain to you, as this will be explained with very easy comprehension to see that you won't be reading with much labor at all with mostly short readings. You only read what you need. This rare work of literature was written with the following strict guidelines which were more difficult than any doctor program at any university. First, it must be a new scientific discovery that no mind has ever touched. Second, it must be non-fiction. Third, it must receive an official registration of copyright by the United States government. This book is certainly very informative, and you will learn fascinating concepts to understand people better. This means no more struggling in your life trying to guess what you are good at, who your best companion is, or what career you're cut out for. The entire book is designed for easy comprehension and is very simple. In fact, you won't be reading this material with much labor at all with mostly short readings. Add the most helpful book ever published to your collection now. The entire book is designed for easy comprehension and is very simple. In fact, you won't be reading this material with much labor at all with mostly short readings. Add the most helpful book ever published to your collection now. P.S. Thomas W. Anti searches on Google and Yahoo quickly finds you, the most helpful book ever published.